as snow softly blanketed the cozy suburban neighborhood of Kennel Street. A sense of warmth and festivity tugged at the hearts of its inhabitants. Christmas lights twinkled like stars against the darkening sky, illuminating the Kennel household, where garlands adorned the porch and the scent of freshly baked cookies wafted through the air. And yet, beneath the seemingly cheerful facade, tension simmered among the gathered family, particularly in young Kennel, a curious teenager battling anxiety and excitement as he anticipated the arrival of his relatives. Family was gathered together, sharing laughter and stories, yet Kennel couldn't shake the feeling of unease, and he watched as his parents, lost in their ever-competitive chess game, barely registered his presence. Their conversations were filled with strategy and tactics, leaving little room for his hopes of connection. Across the room sat Lester, his creepy cousin, known for spinning unsettling tales that anguished the family whenever they met in a wreck. With wild eyes and mischievous intent, Lester leaned in to weave a spine-chilling story about the ghostly woman who haunted the old bridge in nearby Kashmir, igniting shrieks and laughter among the Umber cousins, but sending shivers down Kennel's spine. As the evening wore on, strange occurrences began to unfold. Objects shifted on their own, doors creaked and shadows danced along the walls, unsettling Kennel even further. Rocky, his loyal dog, barked incessantly, his instincts sharp as he eyed the corners of the dimly lit living room. "Just your imagination," Kennel muttered to himself, forcing a brave smile in the presence of his relatives. But shortly after everyone was tucked in for the night, Kennel's resolve collapsed. Strange sounds emanated from outside his window, crunching snow, soft whispers, and then the unmistakable figure of a man in a hoodie lurking in the street. Heart racing, he tried to convince himself it was nothing more than a stray dog, yet deep down, he knew something sinister lingered just outside. The unpredictable Dylan, a classmate known for his bizarre behavior, invaded Kennel's thoughts. The next day, at Queen's College, he issued cryptic warnings about the holiday season, underscoring a universal truth that often eluded families' deep darkness of deception and mistrust hidden beneath warm gatherings. Meanwhile, mysterious symbols began appearing around the Kennel home, scrawled onto their beautiful front door, uniquely unsettling in their design. As days passed, the unease in the house multiplied. Decorations began to feel less festive, and the Christmas cheer rapidly diminished. As a family, they decided to investigate the bizarre events plaguing them. Flipping through old family photos, they stumbled upon an eerie image of a woman in white standing in front of the ghostly bridge in Kashmir, eerily reminiscent of Lester's tale. The photo sent chills down Kennel's spine as loneliness replaced any remaining cheer. Days later, Rocky went missing, and with each passing hour, anxiety crushed Kennel's heart. Desperation clouded his judgment as he resolved to venture out into the bitter cold in search of his beloved dog. As he stepped outside, he could feel the night tightening around him like a noose. Just as the sense of hopelessness began to consume him, the family was enveloped in darkness when the electrical power suddenly cut out during a gathering. There in the murky blackness, chaos erupted. The door crashed open, and the man in the hoodie rushed in, his shadow casting ominous shapes against the frigid walls. Fear gripped Kennel, yet the atmosphere shifted when the ghostly woman appeared, radiating sorrow, yet igniting curiosity. She stood there in delicate, floating drapery, her face a picture of anguish, glancing between Kennel and the man in the hoodie. In a voice like a soft breeze, she revealed a tragedy buried within the family lineage. Betrayal long forgotten that gave birth to suffering. It was a tale woven with secrets, loss, and mournful longing. "Your family carries more weight than you realize, Kennel," she said, her eyes beckoning him to comprehend the gravity of her words and break the cycle of mistrust, for only then will you find peace. The hoodie-clad stranger was unveiled as a guardian of sorts, whose intentions were misunderstood, tasked with protecting Kennel's family. With Rocky's return, the loyal dog had indeed been guided by the spectral presence to ensure Kennel's safety. The unexpected reunion filled Kennel with courage and love, sparking hope in the etching darkness all around him. Understanding dawned within him as the family's historic betrayal. The ghost's sorrow transformed into a message of forgiveness, finally prompting peace within her restless spirit. As dawn broke, the festive spirit began to seep back into their bones as the family gathered to reflect on what had transpired. Each revelation wove them closer together, their bonds fortified through shared fears and heartaches. They vowed to communicate openly, building a fort of trust over the cracks that had originated within their generational lineage. Yet, no matter how they tried to encapsulate the frightening experiences, a heavy weight of residual unease lingered in the air. In the brilliant light of morning, as the snow glimmered under the sun, a lingering shadow emerged in the distance, ghostly woman's eyes flickering open, briefly. A reminder that some stories never truly end, only fade into folklore, awaiting their next telling. Kennel let out a heavy sigh, feeling the weight of the haunting, yet promising that he would hold on to the lessons learned this peculiar Christmas. A blend of joy and uncertainty embraced him like an old friend as he readied himself to share his story, one that might forever linger on Kennel Street at Torah.